Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Madelein Smith.
The female portion of the show has begun, and when I leave the stage, it will end. Okay, we're all off to a good start. I'm very excited to be here, you guys. Today is my dad's birthday. It's my dad's 50th. Thank you. He's not here. He's not here. So unnecessary, but thank you. I was talking about my parents a couple days ago. My friend, Meow Meow, that is her Christian name. Thank you. We were talking about my parents, and I told her this story that I had never realized was kind of fucked up. So I'm gonna tell it to you guys now, and tell me what you think about it, okay? When I was 5, I found a VHS tape. And I thought it was Aladdin. Because why wouldn't I? And I popped it all in. And it was another kind of magic carpet ride. And I found my parents' sex tape. And it's my dad's birthday, so let's not talk about it too much. But let's just say it was set in a dungeon. Was that too real for you guys? I'm so sorry. My parents have a very active sex life, which I feel like is great for them, but not great for me, you know? Like, I'm happy for them, not so happy for me. And now it's cool, because I live down here, and they live 5 hours away, so, like, all the time. They should have sex all the time, right? That seems reasonable. But I was living at home for a year before I moved here, and I was like, please stop. Like, it's more than I do, and that's unsettling. I don't like it. I don't like it. I felt a little jealous of my own, maybe because I'm wearing this velvet dress from Target. No men like me, but I thought this is how you snatch a man in the big city. Just put on your velvet gown. I don't know, you guys. My parents, I realized that they have a very loving and active sex life because I was leaving the house when I was living at home. I was leaving the house. I was going to a sex toy party. Ladies, have you ever been? That's how we socialize with each other, right? We're like, we go into a living room and Karen sells us dildos, and that's every set. Karen, is that you? Okay, I knew it. Yeah, I had that. You had that vibe. Have you ever gone? Have you gone to a sex toy party before?
She has.
Do you throw them? Do you? I didn't mean to scare you. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, like, do you sell sex toys?
No.
Oh, you just seem like a woman who would. You know? You seem like... I feel like you have a page that says "Pure Romance" by Karen. You know what I mean? Like that's your vibe. You do. Yeah.
Do it.
You should. Okay, we found your path. All right, that's enough. No, we found your path in life. That's awesome. You should do it. I feel like it's a good time. I was going to one. That's where the story was going. I was going to one, and my dad, as I was going to my car, my dad came out in the driveway and said, "Madelein, come back." I was like, oh no. What's up? So I went back and he said, listen. He said, if it's not too weird, which I knew it was going to be too weird. He said, if it's not too weird, pick up some old lady lube for your mother. And then he said, and I'll pay you back. I was like, I don't think there's a brand called Old Lady Lube. Secondly, I wasn't really worried about the monetary compensation. But I picked it up. And he paid me back. And it was gone faster than I had anticipated. Next time I checked in the bedroom. Listen, I always check, okay? That's how I found that VHS tape 25 years ago. I I have a funny relationship with my dad because he's very open, he's very honest, which is great, but sometimes he's a little, obviously, too open. He's a very liberal man. And he told me another thing, which he told me to stop telling people about on stage, but it's his birthday and he's not here, so... He told me this other thing. When I was living at home, my mom and my brother and I, we went on a vacation. We left my dad home to his own devices. I didn't mean to point right at you. Like he and this guy hooked up. I don't know. Did you hook up with my dad? That's cool. Are you? I'm so sorry. You're so close to the stage. You look so unhappy. Like someone forced you to be here. I'm so sorry. Is there like a barker on the street? He's like, Chris Rock's gonna be, and then it's like this bit. Is that Chris Rock? I love this velvet dress. We went on vacation and we got back, and my dad was like, while you were gone, I tried to watch that porn DVD that you left here. And I was like, first up, who watches a porn DVD? As if you're a 1940s man. Like, I don't understand. And then I was like, what? I have a porn DVD? And then I remembered that in college, my friend had given me a porn DVD entitled A-OK, which I'm sure you can guess what the main focus was. And if not, I'll tell you in a second. My dad tried to watch it, and he goes, I tried to watch it while you were gone. I put it on the TV. But after a few minutes, I had to turn it off. I was like, oh, because you found a deep respect for women. He was like, no. He was like, no, he said the noises were scaring the dog. And then he said, and there was too much butt stuff. The DVD was entitled A-OK. And on the front, there was a woman just holding her butthole open. So I don't know if my dad thought that it was like a period piece or what. But it wasn't what he had anticipated, clearly. I'm really glad to be back in New York City. I love it here. It's very awesome. I was traveling, doing comedy. I went to Minnesota. Who's from Minnesota? You are? Oh, you raise your hand like they do, right? Like, it's me. I'm sorry I'm alive. No, that's awesome. I'm not shitting on it. I'm from upstate, so similar kind of mentality. When I was in Minnesota, I was there doing college gigs for a week, and everybody kept telling me, oh, we're nice here. We're Minnesota nice. And I was like, that's nice in the way that like a serial killer is nice, right? Like, we're really nice. And then they like kill you in the night. In New York, they're just like, I'm going to kill you. And you're like, I know. I know. I deserve it. I deserve it for taking the subway. I'm sorry. I was doing college gigs. Very wonderful time to be in the Midwest in January doing college gigs. I was traveling with a male comic, and surprisingly, he had a lot of thoughts and opinions to share, which is very rare for a straight man. Thank you, only women, for laughing. Perfect. And on our first night, he said, I gotta tell you something. And he said, I just want you to know, if you were my wife, I would never allow you to go on the road with a man. I was like, cool. And I was like, if you were my husband, I would kill myself. So funny how we have different opinions. This country's so divided. What do I say? I made sure he addressed me as mother for the rest of the trip, so he didn't get any ideas. And my husband did sign my permission slip for me to be here. If I'm not gone soon, I'm in big trouble, Daddy. Who here is married? We were talking about being married before, right? I'm married. Who here is it? Oh, of course you are. Look at, of course. Yeah. You just put your head. Do you hate your husband, or is he? What do you think?
Like him.
You like him? That's nice. How long have you been? 20 years, did you say?
No, just 2.
Oh, just 2. Who was the 20-year? Bush woman. Okay. Bush.
It's not 20-year Bush.
this room of people. It's perfect. Don't worry, guys. It's been shaved a few times. In case you were wondering, don't worry. You guys both are like, where's Chris Rock? He said he was coming. Who is this bitch? That's awesome. So 20 years. What do you think? You still like him?
I love him.
Oh, you guys. That's so sweet. That is so, and he's not even here.
No.
So you weren't legally obligated to say that. That's amazing. That's so sweet. I love my husband too, but it's only been 2.5 years, so we have to still make eye contact during intercourse at this point. I do. I like him. He's nice. He's very nice. It's good to be married. It's good. It's nice, if you like the person, it's good. It's nice to have a buddy system in place. Like, I know I shouldn't admit this as a strong, independent woman, but I don't know what to do when a car breaks down, you guys. And I know I should just rip the tire off with my labia. As Elizabeth Cady Stanton would have wanted, but thank you, one person who knows who that is. As Susan B. Anthony may have wanted, is that more relatable? Okay, it seems like there's a lot of angry men here tonight. Like, I'm gonna bring up some suffragettes. You guys get it, right? But I don't know how to do that. And my car broke down after I was doing a gig upstate in a little town close to Buffalo called North Tonawanda. Has anybody ever heard of it? Yeah, you know about it. You know. Someone else? You shouldn't clap. It's not a clapping kind of a place. It's a suburb of Buffalo where they just push all the white trash. And they're like, do you guys want to have like a Juggalo festival here? Or make some meth? That's where I was doing a show. Because my career was skyrocketing at the time. I was doing a show there. And after the show, my car broke down. And I was like, shit, I really don't want to be stuck in North Tonawanda. But thankfully, you guys, in my car was my husband. And 2 of his friends. And they were all drunk. Drunk, straight men. The most helpful of men. The most confident of men. And they got so excited. Like, don't worry, we learned about this in man school. Don't worry. Oh, okay, damsel, don't worry about it. It's your battery. It's your battery. It's your carburetor. You know what? I'm just gonna stick my dick into it. If I just put it in, it'll be fine. Okay. Don't worry, little lady. And they said, just put it into neutral. Madelein, just put it into neutral. Okay, we're gonna push it. So I put it into neutral. And then they pushed it into another person's car. Which was perfect. That was just what I wanted. And I got it towed, and I found that for me, conversely, from straight men, when I go into a car repair shop, I really set the old gender back because I don't want to pay money for things. So. I went in and they were like, it's going to be $700. I was like, oh, okay, well, this car is worth $30. Seems to mathematically make sense. And I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to pay the money, so I became like a 1940s housewife, you guys. I was like, oh, James Bond. Well, I don't know much about automobiles, you see. Well, all I know about is baking pies and love making with my mouth. You're like, ma'am, put your mouth away. Nobody asked for that. But I got the price knocked down, so it's worth it. I'm going to leave, but I'm going to do one more thing, and then I'm going to go. Please don't try to leave. I have locked all the exits, so I'm going to do something weird for you. You seem like a psychopath. So I had a feeling. I'm going to do something weird for you. Just to put a little context before we do it, really quick. My favorite rapper is Nicki Minaj. Do you guys know? Oh! Surprising for a white woman. Perfect. Are you from Minnesota too? Because that's more surprising. No? Okay. Where are you from?
Connecticut.
Okay, perfect. That's ideal. Connecticut, white, we love her. It's not really for us, but we feel like everything is. So, perfect. I love her so much, but she's very dirty. For those of you who don't know, she's a rapper. She's very dirty, and I can't share her with everyone in my life. I can't share her with my dad all the time, even though he did watch A-OK, which is similar to a Nicki Minaj video. I can't share with my grandma. She's not really grandma appropriate, but I was like, I wish I could. I wish I could share with my grandma. So I came up with a way that I would share the beauty of Nicki Minaj with my grandmother. And I was going to cover Nicki Minaj songs, but as Julie Andrews, Mary Poppins, for those of you who don't know. And I did go to school for musical theater, so this is all the money that my parents threw in a dumpster. And they're very proud. But I did pick up the old lady lube, so I kind of paid them back. Not really. Here it is. This is the beginning of Super Bass. Thank you. You're like way more excited than anyone else. Thank you. Thank you. As covered by Julie Andrews. You're so excited. I love it. This one is for the boys with a booming system. Top-down AC with a cooling system. When he come in the club, he be blazing up. He got stacks on deck like he saving up. Any ill, he real, he might cut a deal. He pop butters and he got the right kind of build. He cold, he dope. He might sell coke. He always in the air, but he no fly coach. He motherfucking trip, sail on the trip, body make a trip, kiss on the lip. Oh, that's the kind of dude I was looking for. And yes, you get smacked if you looking ho.